In this video, we will learn how to find out the demand function for good given the utility function. The consumer's utility function is U equal to Q1 times Q2, where Q1 and Q2 are the two goods, and his budget constraint is P1 M is equal to P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2, where M is the income, P1 and P2 are the prices of good Q1 and Q2. At equilibrium, the demand for good Q2 will be, options are being given. We need to find out the correct option. Okay, so our endeavor will be to maximize the utility of the consumer, which is Q1 Q2, subject to the budget constraint that he is facing. If I solve it, I can write it like this: P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 should be equal to M. Okay, to find out the demand function for good X, what we need to do, we want to maximize the utility of the consumer subject to the budget constraint that he is facing. So graphically it means if we have Q1 on the horizontal axis, Q2 on the vertical axis, if we have this budget line, consumer's endeavor will be to maximize his satisfaction. So consumer wants to reach to the highest possible indifference curve with the given budget that will give us the utility maximizing bundle or the demand for good Q1 and Q2. So with the given budget, consumer will reach at equilibrium where the indifference curve is tangent to the budget line. So the condition for that is that we equate the marginal rate of substitution between good 1 and 2. It should be equal to the ratio of the prices P1 upon P2. Now this marginal rate of substitution is simply the slope of this indifference curve, and the ratio of the prices is the slope of the budget line. So at tangency, what happens, they both should have the same slope, P1 upon P2. Okay, now MRS, as we know, it is a ratio of the marginal utility of good 1 and marginal utility of good 2. It should be equal to P1 upon P2. Having said that, marginal utility of good 1 is the change in the utility due to the consumption of good 1, and marginal utility of good 2 is the change in the utility due to the change in the consumption of good 2, and it should be equal to the ratio of the prices. Now partially differentiating the utility function with respect to Q1 gives us Q2. Likewise, partially differentiating utility function with respect to Q2 gives us Q1, and it should be equal to P1 upon P2. Solving for Q2, so Q2 will be equal to P1 upon P2 times Q1. Now we plug this value of Q2 into the budget constraint. So we have P1 Q1 plus P2. The value of Q2 is P1 upon P2 times Q1. Here this gets cancelled and it should be equal to income. So we have P1 Q1 plus P1 Q1, so it becomes twice P1 Q1 should be equal to the income, or Q1 will be equal to M upon twice P1. That is the demand for good Q1. Now to find out the demand for good Q2, that is the question. Plug Q1 is equal to this into this function. So we have, if I write it like this, Q2 will be equal to P1 upon P2 times the value of Q1 is M upon twice P1. So P1 gets cancelled. We are left with M upon twice P2. That will be the demand for good Q2. So the correct option should be B option in this case. I hope I make myself clear in this video. Thank you.